Yo, Adam here. 9:47 p.m. 9/7/2016 is the date. I think I hear somebody out back actually, and I don't know if they can hear me or not talking, but I'm just gonna pretend like I don't give a shit. But secretly in the back of my mind, I definitely do give a shit if I'm being heard. Yeah. So what did I do today? I went out for a run at about, I'd say it was like 10 a.m. Yeah, probably about 10 a.m. Went little tiny bit further than I normally go. I went 2.45 miles today instead of the usual 2.3. I don't know. I was just feeling it in me, and I like being unpredictable sometimes because I relate more to P than J on Myers-Briggs thing. That's still like floating around in my subconscious, this stupid Myers-Briggs fucking pseudoscience nonsense bullshit. I don't know why it's like it's one of those things where like it just seems to work well. You can apply it to like it's almost universally applicable. Like even the cognitive functions and shit. If you really examine it, it's probably pseudoscience, like quasi fucking religious almost. Because it gives you an identity, but I think it's a mistake to want to try to like identify yourself, cultivate your own identity. I think that's a mistake. I think your actual, I don't even know what makes you. I don't know, but it just feels, just on some level, instinctually, gut feeling, it feels like a mistake to want to cultivate your own identity consciously, anyway. Yeah. So I was just upstairs. I don't know why I had this thought. I remembered the band lineup from that show that Nick played at the Khyber, and I think this was 2005 when Nick was with Sonaru. Or it might have been 2004, actually. Feeling like it was 2005, though. And he, he was the opener there. But the headliner of that show was this band called the Collingwood. And for some reason, I just thought, I want to look up that name, the Collingwood, on Google, and I found their Facebook page. The guy is still posting stuff. Like, they're still a band, apparently, and still playing gigs all over the place. But, I just got this real, sort of, sad vibe from it. Like a sort of pathetic vibe. Well, I don't know if that's the right word, because, maybe the guy just really likes doing it, but I could just see, somewhere on some level, maybe this was me, just projecting my own insecurities onto this guy, which he probably doesn't deserve, but I just saw this part of him that was being persistent about it, probably kept the show going a little bit too long, and it was a moment of self-reflection there, is that me? And those moments are they're very they're scary, what am I doing with myself? I have half of an album done, but I don't even know if I want to. Well, I'm phrasing this in the wrong way. I feel like I want to put that on the back burner for now, though. Maybe some other time when I have a spark for it, but for now I feel like I want to focus more on Moonside Adam again, those talking videos, the writing a script and then reading it. So I want to come up with a couple of ideas for those, because I feel like those were at least semi-successful. The one I made was successful anyway. I guess successful in my own sort of definition of the word, because it has 700 views at this point. I think YouTube is trying to tell me, or was trying to hint that this is possibly a good thing if you just keep making videos. But, I didn't want to make anything while I was, not feeling it. But I think YouTube doesn't really care. They just want somebody being consistent. But, ultimately it is up to YouTube. I was watching this video. I don't even remember what it was. But it is ultimately up to YouTube who gets the views. But, so I don't know. my idea for the video was a video called like The Musician's Dilemma, where it was like, it starts out where you hear like pop music and you think, this music fucking sucks. And you think to yourself, I could do better than this. And then so you start making music because you think you can do better. Because I mean, anybody can do better than pop music. Any musician worth their weight can do better than pop music, I should say. But then you realize that, a lot of people do better than pop music. And it takes, and, there are just tons of talented people out there doing so much stuff. But, it has nothing to do with, like, how good you are. This is not a meritocracy. So, it's not... If you make it, they will come. Well, I can't even say that because maybe I just haven't made anything good. That's a distinct and probable possibility, I should say. Yeah. So, that's going to be on the back burner for now. And if it's very scary to say that, because what if I, put it on the back burner and then I just never do anything on it again? Because I had some lyrics. It's just it was so discouraging seeing that Collingwood. Dude, still trucking after all these years, and nobody cares still. That dude had like 500 Facebook likes, I think. And, he had, I think, 0 comments and likes for any of the shit that he was posting. So it was just, it was a very scary self-reflection moment that, it was like, what is he doing? Because, it wasn't terrible. The music that he was playing wasn't... it was certainly like, 10,000 Facebook fans worthy. It wasn't... There was an audience. There's got to be an audience somewhere for it. It's just, it's like you think to yourself, okay, well, what is this guy doing wrong? This guy's got to be doing something wrong. And if he's doing something wrong, does that mean I'm doing something wrong? And it's just, it's this weird fucking thing where it's like, and it's like, there's no way to consolidate that. It's like, you gotta just, what do? You gotta find out, you gotta think of reasons, you gotta come up with reasons why you're not him. But then, like, how do you know those reasons are legitimate? How do you know, like, you're not just another version of that, And you could say to yourself, oh, well, I'm being myself. Well, it's, so what? It's a very scary thing. Yeah, but, okay. I'm being myself. Well, what's to say that he isn't also being himself? That's the thing. And then you could say, oh, well, you can feel it in his music that he's not. Well, how do you know? How do you know that it isn't him just being himself, trying his hardest? That's the fucking terrifying thing. Is that, some people are just onto something, like some brain wiring, like some people's brains are just wired in some way that allows them to do something that you're not capable of doing. And so, it's a scary thing. Yeah. It's like, well, I don't know. It's like that fucking Knower, the Lewis Cole band. Although, he gets like 100,000 views a video. This is very hard to figure out, like, exactly what it is that's not working with the Collingwood. That, it's like, what are they doing wrong? That's the hard thing to think of. What exactly is it that they're doing wrong? And am I also doing that wrong? That's the thing I think I'm thinking of. Yeah, we can go on a little bit longer. It's like 9 minutes, I think. Yeah, so I was saying that I went out and ran earlier, 2 miles and 2.45 miles. But I also went out and threw the football thrice today, 3 times. Only the last 2 were really like substantive football throwing sessions because, I was running after the ball. The first one was like, it wasn't even really that strenuous, but the second and third one, I was really like, sprinting I'm kind of more sore than normal. Not sure if that's because I ran the extra mile that day. We're going to see how I feel tomorrow about running another mile. So whatevs, whatevers. It's 10 minutes. We're good. That's a good 10-minute session here. All right. Goodbye.